Hello friends, I welcome you to this new session on basic course of real estate project registration in Maharera. We started the session on 10th of June 2024 and we will be ending after 22 sessions. Today you have a presenter who will take up the issues and then a question answer will be there at the end. This session we had to organize because we were receiving a lot of requests across India from the chartered accountant who want to enter into the new area of practice to start this basic course so that they can enter into the advanced courses. We have conducted n number of advanced RERA courses, number of books on RERA has been done, and cooperatives, redevelopment, GST, income tax, NPO, cooperatives, so many programs have been done. So this is the opportunity for you to comment, give us the suggestion so that we can do the course. Similarly, we are also agreed to take up so many courses physical at different places, residential programs. So whatever you want, if we get more than 20 to 25 participants, we will be happy to host that program. Our aim is to empower each one of you to enter into area of practice, and wherever you get difficulties, we are there to help you.
So hello everyone and a very good evening to each one of y'all. So today we have with us CA Meenesh Shetty, who is also the convener of RERA study circle in WRC. So today he will be guiding us and giving us his experience and his insights on today's topic, which is covering the hearings, complaints and suspension related to the project registration. So whenever there is any project registration, कोई भी type का registration होता है, there are some queries which are come. As of now, of course, Maharera has not yet pushed in taking litigation towards this RERA registration per se. But of course, there are some complaints which is regarding registration. There is source complaints also which is being filed if supposingly, for example, if the RERA registration is not done of any project, then a source complaint can be done if you are an interested party who has some kind of interest in the project per se. And of course, whatever the kind of hearings are related to that, today we'll be covering those topics. This is more related to the registration part, but of course, we'll be covering more and more aspects because projects can get suspended or revoked due to various reasons. It can be due to their dates not getting completed, the project not getting within the deadline, them not complying with all the QPR regulations, compliances, not adhering to all the rules and regulations of Maharera. So because of which their RERA registration can be revoked or suspended. So we'll understand all of these aspects today with CA Meenesh sir. Just to give you a small introduction, like I said, he is the convener of the RERA study circle. Along with us, we have CA Shashank Jain also, who is the deputy convener of the RERA study circle of WRC. Then he has been working into RERA since its inception and has been completely practicing into RERA, Goregaon. He has his practice in Goregaon. And of course, today in this session, he'll be guiding us throughout. So any kind of queries or questions you all have, you all can definitely ask us in the chat box, because today's session, Ask Us session, it is going to be very thorough and in-depth, which will cover all these aspects. I'll just again give an introduction about the topic. Today we'll be covering all the hearings which may be scheduled before the authority, if any. As of now, of course, like I mentioned, there has not been any hearings before granting of registration. Then, of course, source complaint. If in case the RERA project is not registered, then how can a complaint be filed? And of course, if in case there is any suspension of project and withdrawal of the suspension orders, like we have seen, notices have been issued to many developers, many projects, that they have not complied with certain kind of documents, certain kind of quarterly performance report. In that kind of scenario, their accounts are getting freezed. The RERA is sending notice to the sub-register office to stop the registration process of agreements also. These kind of notices have been issued to ensure that the promoters and developers adhere to all the compliances, and a penalty of 50,000 is also charged. In this kind of scenario, how can we as professionals help our client to come out of this freezing of accounts and unfreezing their accounts? So today we'll be discussing all of this. With this, Meenesh sir, I hand over the mic to you. You can give an introduction about the whole topic today, what all we are going to discuss, and then we can jump into the presentation, and throughout the session any kind of questions are there, that also we'll be addressing to.
Thank you, Shreyas. To start with today's topic, we have first pre-registration hearing. As such, in Maharashtra, there is not any kind of pre-registration hearing is there, but we discussed little bit about that. Second, we have like source complaint. Source complaint basically means any unregistered complaint against any unregistered project by aggrieved person or any other person who is not aggrieved also, but he can make a complaint. And third part is suspension of project and withdrawal of suspension. So we discuss all three this by I have made small power PPT presentation, and let's start with the first topic, pre-registration. Let's start with first topic, pre-registration hearings. So, as mentioned, this is a step towards RERA registration. Like before getting RERA registration, suppose we get some queries. Generally, what happens when we make application, this you know what is RERA registration. I'm not going into that. What is the role of RERA authorities, that you know. So I'm not going into that. So now, basically, the common issues what we get in query as a query is incomplete or inaccurate project documentation. Like we have some documents which are not proper, or we didn't have any documents which are required by RERA. Discrepancies in project details or financials. There is some problem with our project details, or like FSI, or like any financial points, legal issues relating to the land ownership title, that title is defective in that case, or compliances with safety and quality standards. The hearing process, like in as I told, there is no as such, there is till today there is no hearing, pre-registration hearing is there. But what we are doing is like open house. That open house, every Thursday there is open house open, like we can share with they are sharing links with us, and we whatever the query is, we solve by that open house courtroom. And secondly, we can directly meet SROs, and they are trying to solve our queries.
I think so. In one of the session, Abhinav had told us that this open house is, open for each and everyone. Anyone can attend it. So the links are available and anyone can attend it.
For that, you need to reach to your SRO.
SRO.
He is sending you. He will send you that link, है ना?
Yes.
Through that link you can join. Anyone can join, so that he can get the knowledge that अभी आज उसका problem है, कल मेरा problem हो सकता है.
बिल्कुल
It is
बिल्कुल
like,
बिल्कुल.
है ना? So it's that thing.
तो ऐसा
And
और यहाँ पे मतलब जो भी क्वेश्चन अपन रेस कर सकते हैं, एंड मतलब कुछ ना कुछ क्लैरिटी तो मिल ही जाएगा.
Yes, not generalized questions,
Of course.
but हाँ, कोई अगर पर्टिकुलरली कोई क्वेश्चन है, नॉट जनरलाइज ये लोग नहीं करते, ये लोग बोलते नहीं है. बट जो अगर कोई अलग क्वेश्चन है, इफ दे फील, तो देन दे रिवर्ट.
ओके ओके.
डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में भी लाइक सपोज वी गेट अ क्वेरी किस चीज का होता है, लाइक प्रोजेक्ट प्लान्स और स्पेसिफिकेशन में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, या प्रूफ लीगल टाइटल में प्रॉब्लम है, तो दैट दे गेट मतलब रेक्टिफाइड फ्रॉम अस. फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, बराबर. तो कंप्लायंस एंड स्टैट्यूटरी रेगुलरिटीज. अब अभी हमारे साथ एक केस हुआ था कि बिल्डर ने सीसी दिया हमको, लाइक वी गॉट द सीसी, बट हम लोग ने देखा नहीं सीसी को भी. मेरे बंदे ने देखा नहीं, मेरे स्टाफ ने, और उसने अपलोड कर दिया. तो वो सीसी एक्चुअली क्या हुआ था, वो सीसी पहले वाले बिल्डर के नाम पे, और ये अभी हमारा वो उसके बाद उसके अंदर था, बट सेकेंड थर्ड पेज हमने अपलोड नहीं किया, बराबर. तो उसमें भी ऐसा भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ है. तो देयर मे बी सम चांसेस के वो पेपर वर्क में कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, वो सब. बट बेसिकली ये जो फर्स्ट स्लाइड है हमारा, फर्स्ट थिंग दैट इज हियरिंग, प्री रजिस्ट्रेशन हियरिंग नाम का. यहाँ पे महाराष्ट्र में अभी तो कोई चीज ऐसा है नहीं कि हियरिंग के लिए जाए और हमको रजिस्ट्रेशन. वॉट एवर वी आर डूइंग आउट ऑफ कोर्ट रूम और SROs. अभी SROs दे आर हेल्पिंग लाइक एनीथिंग. अगर हम लोग के पास अगर गुड रिलेशन, वी हैव गुड रिलेशन, तो वो लोग दे आर हेल्पिंग अस. मतलब ये सर ये ऐसा है माइन्यूटली दे आर हेल्पिंग अस. तो कोई एज सच प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. एनीथिंग.
यस मिनी सर, एक और एक चीज मुझे पूछना था कि अभी
Yeah.
कोई जैसे आपने बोला कि देयर इज नो प्री हियरिंग व्हिच इज डन ऑफ एनी प्री रजिस्ट्रेशन.
हाँ.
तो आपको लगता है कि एटलीस्ट इन द नियर फ्यूचर और समथिंग दे माइट इंट्रोड्यूस दिस थिंग वेरिन
यस यस हो सकता है, बिकॉज अभी क्या है, इतना सारा रिजेक्शंस हो रहा है, देन नाउ दे आर टेकिंग 45 to 60 days
यस
फॉर दिस रजिस्ट्रेशन ओनली। तो अभी बहुत सारा प्रॉब्लम चालू है। नाउ लेट्स वेट फॉर न्यू जो मॉड्यूल आ रहा है हम लोग का, क्रिटी, महाक्रिटी। नाउ वेट फॉर दैट, फर्स्ट से आएगा तो हम लोग देखेंगे कैसा है दैट। उसके बाद देखो कैसा है, फास्ट अगर हो रहा है हम लोग का तो अच्छा है, नहीं तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि देन पीपल्स गोइंग स्टार्ट
अच्छा
फॉर दैट, मतलब
यस
कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट रेहरा
मिनी सर
ऑल्सो।
एक और एक क्वेरी था।
या
या सो नाउ दिस ऑर्डर नंबर 58 व्हिच इज कम, आई नो थोड़ा ऑफ टॉपिक है,
हम्म
बट ये जो ऑर्डर नंबर 58 आया, जो एक नया महाक्रिटी करके वो लोग एक नया वेबसाइट पोर्टल लॉन्च कर रहे
हाँ
हैं,
हम्म
तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस बहुत लोग में क्वेरी वो है कि 13 अगस्त से साइट बंद होने वाला है,
हाँ।
माइग्रेशन होने वाला है,
अभी
तो
उसमें कैसा है
हाँ
कि 13 तक हम लोग को अपलोड करने का परमिशन दे रहे हैं लोग। 13 से लेके 20 तक बाद में ये लोग वो जो डॉक्यूमेंट है दैट विल गेट स्क्रूटिनाइज। मतलब 21 से लेके आपका कुछ भी नहीं होगा, डायरेक्ट माइग्रेशन होगा नए में, ओल्ड टू न्यू। बराबर। अब क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, सर हमने डाल दिया था लेकिन उसका क्या होगा? अगर आपका डाल दिया था और 14 to 20 में आपका वो रिजॉल्व हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, तो दैट इज ओके। अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो आपको वापस से महाक्रिटी में जाके वापस से डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपलोड करना, पैसा नहीं भरना है,
बिल्कुल
पैसा नहीं भरना है, लेकिन यू नीड टू अपलोड ऑल डॉक्यूमेंट्स अगेन इन महाक्रिटी, ऐसा बोला गया, ऐसा हमने समझा है। एग्जैक्टली तो जब आएगा तो पता चलेगा, बट एज पर आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमने ऐसा पढ़ के और हमने ऐसा बात करके समझा है।
मतलब मैंने भी जितना मेरे भी क्लाइंट्स वगैरह उनको भी मैंने वही बोला है कि आप अभी फॉर द टाइमिंग इतना रश करके रजिस्ट्रेशन वगैरह मत कीजिए,
हाँ हाँ।
इट इज
मैंने
बेटर
भी
कि
नहीं
आप
किया, मैंने होल्ड पे रखा है क्योंकि मुझे पता है नहीं होने वाला है,
बिल्कुल
और इसके लिए हमने
बिल्कुल
उसको होल्ड पे रखा है।
बिल्कुल। तो वो एक टाइम, और 31 अगस्त के बाद जब नया पोर्टल आएगा उसमें भी
हाँ।
एक दो दिन एक बार बफर लेके कि कैसा पोर्टल
यस यस।
पर्पस सॉल्व करता है, क्या सर्वर इशू वगैरह वगैरह है, उसके बाद जाके अपलोड करना चाहिए।
यस यस डेफिनेटली हम लोग को पहले समझना पड़ेगा, पहले फर्स्ट 10 days तो विल नीड फॉर दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट मॉड्यूल ओनली। एक बार
एग्जैक्टली
समझ में आएगा फिर देन वी कैन प्रोसीड ना, हम लोग समझेंगे, थोड़े लोग हमको बताएंगे, तब हम लोग आगे बढ़ पाएंगे ना,
बिल्कुल
अदरवाइज हमको पता नहीं। लेट्स वेट टिल 1 सितंबर, क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग अभी।
बिल्कुल
सो बेसिकली फर्स्ट फर्स्ट में मेरा हम लोग का इतना ही है, हियरिंग का एज सच कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है हियरिंग में। नाउ वी हैव एसआरओ एंड ओपन हाउस कोर्ट रूम, वहां पे जो भी होगा दैट विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ फॉर अ टाइमिंग, दैट इज टेकन केयर ऑफ, ऑल द क्वेरीज विल बी टेकन केयर ऑफ बाय दीज टू। बराबर। नाउ सेकंड में सोर्स कंप्लेंट्स फॉर नॉट रजिस्टरिंग प्रोजेक्ट। so now this is important, source complaints, source complaints मतलब जो unregistered projects है उस पे जो कंप्लेंट हो रहा है दैट इज सोर्स कंप्लेंट्स। नाउ सेक्शन 31 क्या बोलता है? दैट कंप्लेंट कैन बी डन बाय only by aggrieved person or buyers, but in this case there is a exception कि यहाँ पे कोई भी कर सकता है कंप्लेंट। रिपोर्ट अनरजिस्टर्ड प्रोजेक्ट अंडर सेक्शन 31 ऑफ द एक्ट, एनीवन कैन फाइल अ सोर्स कंप्लेंट इवन विदाउट द डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन द प्रोजेक्ट एक्सेप्शन टू सेक्शन 31। द प्रोसेस ऑफ फाइलिंग दिस सोर्स कंप्लेंट इज, महारेरा वेबसाइट में जाना है हम लोग को, महा ऑनलाइन gov.in में इन्फॉर्म नॉन रजिस्ट्रेशन, जो नॉन रजिस्ट्रेशन के टैब में जाना है, प्रोजेक्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन स्टेटस फाइंड करो, इफ इट इज नॉट तो देन प्रोसीड विद द कंप्लेंट। अब नाउ कंप्लेंट वहां पे फीस है, इफ यू वांट टू हियरिंग, इफ यू वांट हियरिंग यू नीड टू पे 5000, सबमिट कंप्लेंट, अपलोड रिक्वायर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट, ओटीपी ऑथेंटिकेशन और रियल जो भी होगा। हमारा एक्शन देखो क्या होगा, रिव्यू होगा, प्रोजेक्ट का रिव्यू होगा, हियरिंग एंड फाइनली डिसीजन विल बी टेकन। हाँ अभी देखो यहाँ पर कमेंसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द प्रोजेक्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन, एक ये इंपॉर्टेंट चीज हुआ है, कमेंसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट। अगर प्रोजेक्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है तो कमेंसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए, अगर कमेंसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है उस पर आप पहले तो हम लोग नहीं कर सकते। बराबर। सेकेंडली नॉन फॉर नॉन रजिस्ट्रेशन इंक्लूड फाइन एंड इम्प्रिजनमेंट, मैक्सिमम फाइन इज 10% ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट, or in this case only chairman of Maharera is the authority to take decision, उसके अलावा कोई नहीं कर सकता। तो बेसिकली हियर वी हैव वन केस स्टडी that is Ahmad Raza Khan and Zubair Sable and Ashraf U Pathan, where the penalty was initially imposed by the Maharera authority and then it is reversed, it is revoked. Correct procedure is critical for valid penalty assessment. In this case क्या हुआ था, हम लोग को महारेरा अथॉरिटी ने पेनल्टी लगाया था, बट इट इज नॉट द राइट अथॉरिटी, कमिश्नर को लगाना चाहिए था. और सेकेंडली एक बार उसका कमेंसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट आने के बाद ही अप्लाइड फॉर ऑल रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन, तो फॉर दैट पेनल्टी वाज reversed. Occupancy certificate is the main source complaint are invalid if the building or part of the it has the occupancy certificate. अगर OC है तो उस पे नहीं कर सकते, it is registered. और decision Maharaja's decision can vary based on the presence of valid construction permits. Depends on permit. So this is any question about this second topic, source complaint. So next, withdrawal of suspension by project by RERA. Now, basically, suspension means the grounds for suspension of a project is delay in the project in completion beyond the stipulated timeline. Time जो लिया था उससे ज्यादा ले लिया time. Second, misuse of funds collected from the home buyers. तो funds जो आया था that is diversion of funds हो गया है. Non-compliance with the sanctioned building plans or layout. Failure to provide regular project updates and other violation of RERA regulations. तो ये सब के वजह से मे बी सस्पेंशन पॉसिबल है. अगर सस्पेंशन हो रहा है तो मेनली इम्पैक्टेड होम बायर्स आर इम्पैक्टेड, फाइनेंशियल लॉस तो हो रहा है, मेंटल स्ट्रेस भी आ रहा है. बॉस कब स्टार्ट होगा, अनसर्टेनिटी अबाउट द प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीशन, प्रोजेक्ट कब कंप्लीट होगा वो भी नहीं पता. नाउ व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ सस्पेंशन? द सस्पेंशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट यूजुअली विद द कंप्लेंट. अगर कोई कंप्लेंट कर रहा है और रेरा अथॉरिटी ऑन इट्स ओन इन्वेस्टिगेशन, रेरा अथॉरिटी ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया, उनको लग रहा है तो वहां पे स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. नोटिस टू अ डेवलपर, नोटिस इश्यूड टू द डेवलपर स्पेसिफाइंग द रीजन फॉर सस्पेंशन. क्यों हमारा सस्पेंशन रीजन ले रहे एंड शो कॉज नोटिस भेज रहे हैं एंड टाइमलाइन फॉर rectification. Order of suspension. Suspension order issued by the RERA authority outline the restrictions imposed on the project. Generally, what restrictions are there? एक तो जो भी compliance है वो compliance पूरा करने का है, बराबर. अभी महाराष्ट्र में, गुजरात में they were suspending because of that quarterly compliance नहीं कर रहे थे builders. तो ये लोग का temporarily they have suspended the project. तो उससे क्या हो जाएगा, ये लोग का मेनली ये लोग फ्रीज कर रहे हैं बैंक अकाउंट्स, बराबर. प्रोजेक्ट आगे स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता जब तक ये लोग ने कंप्लायंस नहीं किया और विड्रॉल ऑफ सस्पेंशन नहीं हुआ, तब तक प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीशन नहीं हो सकता. एंड प्रोजेक्ट पब्लिक नोटिस, होम बायर्स एंड जनरल पब्लिक आर इन्फॉर्म्ड अबाउट द सस्पेंशन थ्रू रेरा पोर्टल एंड पब्लिक नोटिस. नेक्स्ट, ऑब्लिगेशन ऑफ द डेवलपर at the time during suspension. Financial obligation है, it is the developer's responsibility to protect the home buyer funds. उसको पैसा वैसे का वैसा, no need to touch the money. वो जो escrow account में है, he cannot touch that escrow account. Secondly, developer should keep the home buyer informed about the suspension and the steps being taken to rectify the issues. Third, compliance. Developer should comply with the RERA regulations, मतलब जो भी है, and cooperate the RERA authority with the RERA authority. And fourth, penalties में हो सकता है अभी जैसे सब 50,000 का बीच में पेनल्टी वगैरह ले रहे थे वैसा. Now, grounds for the withdrawal. Now, withdrawal part में completion of pending construction work. अगर जो भी construction work है, अगर delayed चल रहा था, अगर वो complete कर दिया, then submission of revised project plan, reimbursement of delayed possession charges and other condition as determined by the RERA authority. जो भी है, these are the grounds for withdrawal of suspension. RERA authority verifies all the compliances and after satisfaction issues suspension withdrawal order. And during the withdrawal process, home buyer have the rights of being informed about the decision and any changes to the project. मतलब एक तो हम लोग अगर RERA authority they are satisfied by all the compliances fulfilled and now they are satisfied, they will that revoke that suspension order, they withdraw that suspension order. Secondly, during suspension जो भी withdrawal process है, home buyers have the rights being, ये लोगों को पता चलना चाहिए कि home buyers को क्या हो रहा है हमारे प्रोजेक्ट के साथ. basically. Now, process of withdrawal. Application by the developer. Developer submits the application RERA for withdrawal of suspension. Verification by RERA. RERA authority to verify the developer's compliance. Issuance of withdrawal order. After verification, once satisfied, withdrawal order issued by the RERA authority. Resumption of project. Once the withdrawal order received, developer can start the construction activities and developer has to complete the project as per the revised timeline. So any question about this?
Meenesh sir, like the suspension will be happening due to QPR, correct?
नहीं QPR हो रहा है सेकेंडली एंड अगर बहुत टाइम ले लिया एक दो मैंने 3 साल का
हाँ।
लिया था लेकिन अभी 3 साल से भी ज्यादा हो रहा है मैंने एक्सटेंशन के लिए अप्लाई नहीं किया या कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है देन ऑल्सो
So in the case of QPR or in the case of the extension where I had not done the application.
हाँ तो फर्स्ट तो QPR मतलब QPR ओनली मतलब फॉर्म 1, 2 and 3 and 2A दैट नीड टू बी सबमिटेड बराबर along with any fine जो भी है like last time they charged 50,000 जो भी फाइन था तो along with that 1, 2 and 3 ये लोग ले रहे थे annually है ना
So depending upon my non-compliance, I have to file my all the QPRs and
Yes.
Form 2A, Form 5 as per the order
1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 5 2A के लिए ठीक है अभी भी ये लोग not that much bothered but 1, 2, 3 and 5 that is needed
along with Form 3 sold and unsold disclosure of sold and unsold inventory.
yes
Correct. And
Yes,
in the
yes.
same way, for
Yeah.
the suspension also, suspension of registration due to the non-application of the extension of the project.
yes तो we need to go for extension also अभी उसमें देखना है मुझे फर्स्ट एक्सटेंशन है कि कौन सा एक्सटेंशन है अगर फर्स्ट एक्सटेंशन है तो दे आर गिविंग दैट वो इजीली हो जा रहा है लेकिन फिर उसके आगे का एक्सटेंशन है लेकिन तो देन वी नीड दैट 2/3 का
2/3 or 51%. Yes, correct. One more query is: can penalty be cancelled by RERA on appeal for non-compliance of QPR?
नहीं एक बार पेनल्टी देयर imposing penalty ना it is not cancelled
So penalty has to be paid 50,000
Yes.
irrespective. If
Yes,
you want
yes.
to file an appeal, you can file the appeal, but you will have to pay the penalty, and then only
yes
after
then
the
only they
submission
are
of
allowing to upload that your 1, 2, 3 and 5
okay, they are allowing to we have to send them email.
yes
We have to send them email. They will not allow us to upload the documents on the website.
हाँ पहले तो ऐसे ही हो रहा था कि वी नीड टू सेंड देम डॉक्यूमेंट्स फिर ये लोग दे आर अलाउिंग अस फिर फाइन हमको भर के देन ऐसा हो रहा था अभी तो
Okay.
बहुत टाइम से नाउ दे आर अलाउिंग मतलब अभी तो हो गया है सबका मोस्टली तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आ रहा है इनके मेरे इसमें तो अभी तक कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अभी तक
Good. Now, any other questions for suspension of the project?
Yeah, Meenesh sir, I had a couple of doubts. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, hi. This is Anirudh this side. Meenesh sir, first of all, you said that the complaint can be filed by anyone in the previous session.
that is for source complaint correct
Yeah, so I mean earlier we were told that it can be filed only by the allottees or the respective parties, like the promoter or the allottee only. But
in
can it be
normal
filed by any?
in normal case na section 31 for that the only aggrieved party that is buyer or
Right.
allottees can file the complaint but in case
Right.
of source complaint matlab
Okay.
then any person can for registered unregistered project can any person can file the complaint that is
Okay,
exception to section 31
Okay. So, I mean, a follow-up to that is like in section 31, they talk about any voluntary consumer association, right? So, what exactly does that mean? Like voluntary consumer association, is that the association of allottees or?
that means any allottees group of allottees any person can you are talking about source complaint or normal
No, I'm talking about, I mean, any complaint, like source complaint and normal, both.
in case of source complaint anyone can file a complaint
Okay.
But
And in normal case,
in
only-
normal case then that allottees should be affected that association of allottees they have some if the only the aggrieved party can
Right.
file a complaint
Right. Okay.
So if
Thank
they
you.
are forming association of allottees and making any complaint, then it is okay. If their rights were affected, then only.
Got it. Got it. One more question. You mentioned the SRO, right? The open house. So we
Yeah.
need to approach the SRO to have an access to the open house. So in
Yes.
certain states, like I'm practicing in UP, and we don't have an
Okay.
SRO system over here. So for us to, I mean, the cases are broadly the same across India. So for us to access the open house, are we allowed to do that since we're not practicing in
Then
Maharashtra? But
you need to speak to your SRO only in that case.
okay, but there's no case of SRO in UP as far as I'm.
See,
No.
UP RERA, Anirudh, UP RERA
Yeah.
is altogether different with
Yeah,
compared
exactly.
to
Right,
MahaRERA.
right,
This
right.
discussion is going for MahaRERA. In UP RERA, you are not having any SRO
Right.
such
No,
thing in UP RERA. It
no
is
way.
only adopted by MahaRERA
Mhm.
in all over India.
Ah,
So the complaints or during registration, it is
और एक काम जो पेंडिंग थे वो ले ले एक
this is basically for reducing
right.
the footfall to MahaRERA authorities. They have formed it. Anirudh, we will have some discussion on SRO afterwards.
Sure, sure.
Rest all, if there is any other queries, at the end of the session, we will discuss it out.
Sure. Right. Thank you.
Sure? Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions regarding non-compliance or suspension of the project? No questions. Meenesh sir, now you can start your other lesson.
No, we have completed. No, have been allotted 3 topics. No, pre-registration, source complaint, and suspension of withdrawal.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
One small thing, like that order number 56. Now recently, they have passed order number 56. In
Yes.
that now they have changed. Now, if you go through that order number 56, na, in that we have three account like 70, 30, 30, and now co-promoter also need to add
Then
same. We need to add that 70, 30, 30, 70, 100, 70, 30. One master account is there. So we will discuss this in our next coming this RERA study group meeting. So I hope everyone will, mostly Maharashtra, people from Maharashtra and Mumbai is here. So I request you all to come to next study group meeting, which is on Wednesday, 14th of August.
and any other questions regarding source?
Source, pre-registration source.
Let's conclude. On behalf of Mahaseva, Meenesh sir, we thank you, and on behalf of all the participants, I am thanking you for giving such a nice presentation and more information about both the topics, and really grateful, really for giving us the time, your valuable time. So thank you all for attending today's session. Thank you,
My
Meenesh.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you participants for being with us and joining this course and taking active part. Similarly, the presenter who has taken enough pain to present the session today, panelists and the participants who have made it very interactive. I request you, any questions are there, you can always email to us. My email address is rsprabhu13@gmail.com, and if you want, you can send the message on WhatsApp, which of course is in the description box. Still, you can take out the number 9820106766, and you can reach out to us anytime, and any new topic that you want to have a discussion on Prabhu Se Khas Baat or the courses physical or even on Zoom, on any time, on online, we will be very happy to organize that. You can be a presenter, you can be a faculty, you can be organizing part of the organizing committee, you can also learn. All these are open. The purpose is to empower every chartered accountant to enter into new area of practice, new area of profession, so that you are able to build your profession in a better way. Thank you very much.